The book Ikigai begins with a simple yet powerful idea. Every human being has a reason to wake up in the morning, a purpose that gives life meaning, joy, and longevity. And the Japanese call this purpose Ikigai, a word that roughly translates to reason for being. Unlike Western concepts of success that are often tied to money, status, or achievement, Ikigai is quieter, more personal, and deeply rooted in everyday life. It is found at the intersection of what you love, what you are good at, what the world needs, and what you can be rewarded for. The authors take us on a journey to Japan, particularly to the village of Okinawa, known as one of the world's blue zones, places where people live extraordinarily long and healthy lives. And through interviews with centenarians, they uncover the secrets of a life well lived, revealing that longevity is not just about genetics or diet, but about mindset, purpose, and the ability to remain active and engaged in life until the very end. In Okinawa, there is no concept of retirement in the way the West understands it. People continue to work, contribute, and pursue their passions even into their 90s and 100s, not because they have to, but because they want to, because their Ikigai keeps them moving forward, giving them a sense of fulfillment that goes far beyond financial gain. As the narrative unfolds, the authors explore how Ikigai is not a grand, singular mission that one must discover overnight, but rather a collection of small joys and daily rituals that accumulate over time, creating a life that feels meaningful and satisfying. They emphasize that many people in modern society feel lost or disconnected because they are chasing external markers of success instead of listening to their inner desires. And this disconnection leads to stress, anxiety, and a lack of purpose. In contrast, those who live in alignment with their Ikigai experience a sense of flow, a state in which they are fully immersed in what they are doing, losing track of time and feeling deeply engaged in the present moment. This concept of flow, popularized by psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, becomes a central theme in the book, as it illustrates how happiness is not something to be pursued directly, but something that emerges naturally when we are absorbed in meaningful activities that challenge us just enough to keep us interested without overwhelming us. The authors then dive into the habits and lifestyle choices that contribute to the longevity and happiness of Okinawan residents, highlighting the importance of staying active both physically and mentally. Rather than engaging in intense workouts or strict regimens, these individuals incorporate gentle movement into their daily routines, such as walking, gardening, and practicing Tai Chi, which keeps their bodies flexible and strong without causing stress or injury. Equally important is their diet, which is based on the principle of Hara Hachi Bu, meaning eating until you are 80% full, a practice that prevents overeating and promotes better digestion and overall health. Their meals are rich in vegetables, tofu, fish, and other nutrient-dense foods, and they avoid processed foods and excessive sugar, creating a balanced approach to nutrition that supports long-term well-being. However, the authors make it clear that diet alone is not the key to longevity. What truly sets these individuals apart is their sense of community and belonging, as they maintain strong social connections throughout their lives, participating in groups known as moai, where friends support each other emotionally and financially, creating a safety net that reduces stress and fosters a sense of security. Another important theme explored in the book is resilience, or the ability to navigate life's challenges without losing one's sense of purpose or joy. The authors introduce the concept of wabi-sabi, the acceptance of imperfection and the transient nature of life, which allows individuals to find beauty in simplicity and to embrace change rather than resist it. They also discuss Ichigo Ichie, the idea that every moment is unique and should be cherished, encouraging readers to be fully present in their experiences rather than constantly worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. These philosophies, deeply rooted in Japanese culture, provide a framework for living a more mindful and fulfilling life, reminding us that happiness is not found in perfection or permanence, but in the appreciation of the present moment. As the narrative progresses, the authors address the challenges of finding one's Ikigai in a fast-paced modern world where distractions are abundant and expectations are high. They suggest that the first step is to slow down and create space for reflection, allowing oneself to reconnect with passions and interests that may have been neglected over time. This process requires patience and self-awareness, as discovering one's Ikigai is not about following a prescribed path, but about experimenting, exploring, and gradually uncovering what brings joy and meaning to one's life. The authors encourage readers to try new activities, learn new skills, and step outside their comfort zones, as these experiences can provide valuable insights into what resonates with them on a deeper level. They also emphasize the importance of perseverance, noting that many people give up too quickly when faced with obstacles, whereas those who remain committed to their passions are more likely to achieve a sense of fulfillment and purpose. The book also delves into the relationship between work and Ikigai, challenging the conventional notion that work is merely a means to earn a living. Instead, the authors argue that work can be a source of joy and meaning when it aligns with one's passions and strengths, and they provide examples of individuals who have found their Ikigai in various professions, from artists and chefs to engineers and teachers, demonstrating that there is no single path to fulfillment. They highlight the importance of craftsmanship and dedication, noting that many Japanese artisans spend decades honing their skills, striving for excellence not for external recognition, but for the intrinsic satisfaction that comes from mastering their craft. This commitment to continuous improvement, known as kaizen, reinforces the idea that Ikigai is not a destination, but a lifelong journey of growth and self-discovery. In addition to personal fulfillment, the authors explore the broader impact of Ikigai on society, suggesting that when individuals live in alignment with their purpose, they are more likely to contribute positively to their communities, creating a ripple effect that benefits others. This sense of contribution further enhances their own sense of meaning, creating a virtuous cycle in which personal happiness and social well-being are interconnected. They also discuss the role of gratitude and optimism in maintaining a positive outlook on life, noting that those who focus on what they have rather than what they lack are more likely to experience contentment and resilience in the face of challenges. As the book draws to a close, the authors offer practical guidance for integrating Ikigai into everyday life, emphasizing that it is not necessary to make drastic changes or pursue grand ambitions. Instead, they encourage readers to start small, incorporating activities that bring joy and satisfaction into their daily routines, whether it is spending time with loved ones, engaging in creative pursuits, or simply taking a moment to appreciate the beauty of the world around them. They remind us that Ikigai is deeply personal and unique to each individual, and that there is no right or wrong way to find it. What matters is the willingness to explore, to remain curious, and to stay open to new possibilities. Ultimately, Ikigai presents a compelling vision of a life that is not defined by external success or material wealth, but by a deep sense of purpose, connection, and joy. It challenges readers to rethink their priorities and to consider what truly matters to them, offering a roadmap for living a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Through its blend of cultural insights, scientific research, and personal stories, the book serves as both an inspiration and a guide, reminding us that the secret to a long and happy life is not hidden in some distant goal, but is found in the simple, everyday moments that make life worth living, and in the quiet, persistent pursuit of what brings us joy and meaning each day.